Welcome aboard, everybody. I'll be your pilot wannabe for today's short flight. This is my second attempt at this video. There was some sort of audio problem with my recordings the first time, so that was a few days ago. I just ran a test and it seems fine, so fingers crossed. We'll get into what we're doing and why we're not doing something else when we talk about the flight plan in just a moment. See you there. All right, here's the flight plan. Easy for me to feel strange about this because I did all of this already. No idea what I said the first time around. It's not like any of this is scripted, as I'm sure anyone who's watched even a little bit of any of my videos would know. Obviously, nothing scripted here. Anyway, we're doing a leg of the Lower 48 Capital Cities Tour, leg 13. Oh, lucky number 13. Let's see if we can get lucky number 13 in successfully on the second try. There's always hope. Anyway, we're taking my favorite bonanza that my previous video was comparing the three bonanzas that are available to me in the simulator, and I almost took the F-33A because everything works, and that is not true of the V-35B. But it's the V-35B and it's got the V-tail and I love it, so that's why we're doing it. I wanted to do an entirely different video with a different aircraft that everyone's been making videos of, but it's not available to me on the Xbox. I wanted to do the Citation CJ3 from Live to Air, I think is the name of the developer, but not available to me. So we're doing this instead. It's going to be a short one. I could tell from my failed recordings last time that it was going to be short. Short for me is under an hour, maybe even under 45 minutes. I don't know. If I want that to be true, I should probably stop yakking. But we're going from Delaware to, I forgot, Maryland? I'm really, really out of whack now. Yeah, Annapolis, Maryland. Yeah, we're going to Annapolis. Only 34 feet is the elevation. The dimensions of the runway. It's pretty small. I had a beautiful landing there when I did the recording earlier. Beautiful landing. I still have the recording of the beautiful landing. Depending on how things go this time around, maybe I'll play the few seconds of the landing, during this video at some point towards the end or something, maybe with the sound, sound removed, because it was a beautiful landing. If I can manage to do another beautiful landing, then we won't bother. We've got one waypoint which coincides with the RNAV approach. There's only one RNAV approach, and you circle around to use the other runway. We're going to sort of do the RNAV approach. It seems a little cloudy, probably don't need the RNAV, but we're just doing it, to make things easy. I had to load that in the simulator on the world map page and use the tablet to load it to the avionics of the plane, because one of the things that doesn't work on the V-35B is the Garmin 530. You can't program in a flight plan or anything, so unfortunately. Maybe in the next video we'll get in something that's fully functional, but should be a short flight. I'll edit some of it out anyway, otherwise the video would still be over an hour long because of all the yakking. But let's just get back in the plane and get going. See you there in a second. And here we are at the beautiful airplane. As I said, I did a little test. I got in the plane and did one circuit and landed and parked it back here again, and then reviewed the recording, and the audio seemed fine. So let's hope it stays that way. But yeah, I neglected to raise the flaps as I was in a hurry to get back here and parked and make the video. So hopefully we'll remember to raise the flaps before takeoff. But yeah, here is the beautiful V-35B. Beautiful, yet flawed in the simulator. But anyway, let's just get in and get going, because I do want to try and keep this one short. I guess I could raise the flaps now, and then I won't have to worry about raising them when I get going. Okay, we're not going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're just going to get going. So I'm turning the power on, turning the beacon lights on, turning the fuel pump on, going full on the mixture, full on the throttle, just as a little primer action here. Turning the fuel pump off and bring the throttle back down and cracking it open. The cowl flaps are open. Lights on. Everything's good there. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on the magnetos, and I'm starting the engine. And she roars to life, as she always will, as this plane is not highly detailed as far as, like, you know, you'll never have a hard time starting it. It could be 20 below zero and it would start just fine. Okay, turning on the alternator. Is it an alternator in this one or a generator? Let's go down here and look. Yes, it's an alternator. Alternator on, avionics on. Oh, good, it still saved my flight plan. I was hoping. When I did the flight the other day, it wouldn't capture the nav. I had to just follow the magenta line using the heading mode. You know, c'est la vie. See, we're going to take off on runway 27 with a nice crosswind. Wow, that's almost as slow as using my physical knob here. 27 is around about there. Our desired track is going to be 265, I should say. Oh, that thing is fast. Jeez. I don't know why it's turning so fast. The heading bug. 265 is our desired track, so that's all handy dandy. Used a little bit of fuel out of one of these tanks, probably the left tank. I switched it to the right tank, didn't I? Yeah, it's on the right tank. I think I switched this to gallons used. Okay, didn't expect that to have no effect. All right, we'll just leave that alone and watch the gauges, I guess. I looked up the barometric pressure for here was 3019, so got that in place. And of course, things warm up instantly because that's the sort of low detail plane we're in. We're gonna go ahead and lean the mixture a little for taxi, even though we can't foul the plugs in this virtual plane. Okay, turning nav lights and taxi lights and releasing the parking brake. Not talking to air traffic control about anything today. Let's see, the flaps did go up, didn't they? Yes, they did. See, the other thing that I would be curious to know, hang on a second here. I never double checked where my, yeah, the trim is pretty severely nose up. I don't think it needs to be quite that nose up for takeoff. I like it a little nose up, but not like that. Yeah, frame rate's a little bit in the toilet for the simulator today. But, you know, Simulator 2024 is really not to be trusted. So, c'est la vie. Is what it is. Yeah, as soon as we take off, I probably won't even record. I don't know. I don't think I'll record the whole climb out. I guess it depends on how quickly we get up to 2,500 feet. I'm only going up to 2,500 feet because our destination is under the Class Bravo shelf around Washington, D.C. And as long as we stay at 2,500 and then start descending for the airport, we'll stay under the shelf the whole time. Not that the simulator will send fighter jets after us or anything, but, you know, just to kind of half-ass pretend we're being realistic once in a while. I mean, I'm just kind of trying to get this this video out, especially since it's my second try. Okay, turning on this ancient-looking transponder. Alright, I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Yeah, the way that's flashing on there, that's strange. Never seen that before. The way that's flashing. Never have I seen that before. It's peculiar. Oh well, let's go. I'm not gonna bother with the, let's see, I got all my lights on. Not gonna bother with the pitot heat. Temperature's plenty high, doors and windows are closed. Trim's where I want it, flaps are up. Going full forward on the mixture. And we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, I don't even really need to look for traffic. I turned off the traffic anyway in an attempt to get the simulator to run as smooth as possible. And honestly, I was hoping it would make it to where there weren't so many stupid airplanes parked all over the parking places, being in my way all the time. Half of them, you know, levitating off the ground. So we're just gonna go. See, I've got a almost 90-degree crosswind from the right, which is causing me to have to give it some left rudder to stay on the runway. And she should start getting light around now. There we go. Alright, tapping the brakes, raising the landing gear, turning off the landing and taxi lights. Just never turned on the fuel pump because you're not supposed to unless there's a problem. Alright, we're practically on course as it is. Climbing a little aggressively. But now that we're about 500 feet AGL, gonna back off to 25 psi on the manifold pressure and 2500 RPMs. And I'm gonna try and get this climb under control. We're gonna go ahead and do some autopilot actually. Autopilot. Turn on the yaw damper, which I will forget to turn off before landing, because I always do. We're gonna arm the, let's see if I can figure it out. We're gonna arm the altitude, so it should capture 2500. And we're gonna go for heading mode. I guess I could try nav again, huh? Let's try nav. See if it works today. Nav mode. Yeah, it's not cranking me around to get onto the magenta line. So yeah, back to heading. And oh, okay. Well, let's try it. It's doing like that capture thing, where like it's acting like I'm not close enough to the nav course to capture it. What's my vertical speed? Okay, gauging the vertical speed, but will that capture the altitude? I really don't know. Who could know these things when a plane is not behaving properly? Because it's really not doing a very good job of climbing at 500 feet, is it? Yeah, this plane's all messed up. All messed up. Oh well, what can you do? Almost 2,000 feet. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to capture the altitude or not. I'll just try to pay attention. I mean, if it's not doing the vertical speed correctly anyway, I might as well switch this back to arm, huh? Okay. Yeah, now how are we doing on course? We're still a little left of the magenta. Go ahead and turn the heading bug a little to the left. I'm sorry, we were right of the magenta. Getting my right and left mixed up a lot lately. I guess it's because I'm getting old or something. Oh, you know what? Let's try this again. Not VLOC, GPS. What do you think about that? Now is it going to capture? Maybe. Yeah, I had done that last time too. I'd switched it to GPS and it still didn't want to capture the nav mode. I think it's not doing it this time. I don't know. It's unless I've got quite a crosswind, I suppose. Yeah. Well, once it levels out, we'll get the engine settings in order, and I'll probably get an outside shot and then pause the recording until we're on the descent. Is it gonna capture? Yeah, it looks like it's gonna capture 2500. Okay, let's see. Engine temperatures aren't noticeably low, so I'm gonna leave the cowl flaps open for now. We're gonna bring the manifold pressure down to 23 psi. RPMs down to 2300. And we're going to lean out to 50 degrees rich of peak. I'm going to be watching the EGT gauge for that. Leaning, and there it's going a little crazy. Almost the big line, and that seems to be the peak, so I'm going back rich again. Gonna go just below 2 lines before that. Should be 50 degrees. Yeah, right about there. Should be 50 degrees rich of peak. A little high in the PSI, about dead on the RPM, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, I think we are genuinely following the magenta line. Miracle among miracles, because it did not work at all last time. Okay, let's get an outside shot so I can use it for the thumbnail, and then we'll pause the recording. Ooh, very close. Okay. There's my bird. She's a beauty. One of the best looking planes ever. Oh, look, we're staying under the clouds on this flight. How legit. Alright, maybe we'll use something like this for the screenshot. I think I talked about trying to use the use a frame that the where the beacon light is lit up. Screenshot, so that'll be fun. Alright, let's back the camera off a little bit. Actually, I'm going to move back over there again because I don't know if I had any shots without the mouse cursor in it. There we go. We'll call that good. Alright, pause the recording for now. Get back with you guys when we're on the descent or about to begin the descent. I don't know, something like that. See you in a minute. Okay, folks, we're gonna get ready for the descent. We're about to hit that waypoint that is part of the RNAV approach, which we're not gonna do the RNAV approach really. I'm just kind of using it as guidance to the airport. I don't know. I don't feel like trying to tangle with the RNAV. Plus, it's not like it's going to lead me right to the runway. It's going to lead me right to the wrong end of the runway. It's going to lead us right to runway 30, and the wind is pretty much coming out of 300. So we're going to land on 12. So we're just going to use it to get us to the airport and down to a pattern altitude, which of course is going to be 1,000 feet since its fuel elevation is only 34. So let's see, let's close the cowl flaps. Let's go ahead and engage that altitude change, which I don't think that works exactly right. Gonna back the throttle off to 19 psi, and we're gonna start descending. Yeah, this came in live last time. I think it's just a there just happens to be a frequency, a VOR frequency somewhere around here, because it's not like it's an ILS or anything like that. So yeah, I think there's a VOR around here is the deal. I'm kind of curious whether the autopilot is following the nav well enough to actually turn us at our waypoint. If not, I have the heading bug set up on basically the new heading. And if it seems like it's not going to turn, then we will engage heading mode and turn ourselves. I would kind of like to descend a little slower. I wonder if it'll do that. Well, it's turning. Yeah, I'd definitely like to be descending a little slower. Do I want to descend at only 200 feet per minute? Sure, let's try it for a little while. Okay. Alright, well, we're headed to the airport. We're descending. Seems pretty good. I guess I should go ahead and put it on fullest tank, which at this point is the left tank. Ooh, that was the wrong button. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn on the fuel pump for the tank change. There we go. Engine stayed running, so that was good. Turning off the fuel pump now. Let's bring our yoke back. Okay, are we still descending? Yeah. Yeah, says we've got 4 minutes. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we do need to descend a little faster. Yeah, last time, the time that I couldn't use the recording, I had a beautiful landing, and the runway, the wind was such that I got to land on runway 30, which was nice, and it was a beautiful landing. It's also nice because the other end of the runway, if you're coming in on 12, the super tall flight simulator trees, you know, the 100 or 150 foot trees at the end of the runway. So I'm not looking forward to that, but we're just gonna make the best of it. Wow, look at that! That VOR came in and went out already. That seems highly suspect. I don't think we would start receiving and then lose the signal from a VOR in just this 3 to 5 minutes. Seems unlikely, but whatever. We weren't relying on that or anything, so that's fine. Yeah, our altitude's getting down pretty good now. You know what? I think we're gonna go ahead and make this make it 1100 as the target, because all these trees are so damn tall. So hopefully we level off. Why are we turning a little bit? It seems peculiar. Let's switch to heading mode. Okay. Heading mode. And we're... Oh, we have major frame rate crash there for a second. Big time lag spike. I guess we turned because we passed that waypoint. I thought it was pretty straight, but whatever. Whatever. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. I believe they're on the nose and not the landing gear. What else can we do to get ready to land? We don't need the fuel pump on. We leveled off now, so let's open the takeoff flaps back up. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, we should be headed right for, yeah, there is the airport. So we're going to turn a smidge off to the right to do a downwind. Yeah, get us into a downwind. I would use the knob on my my little autopilot box, but for whatever reason it's like skipping. It's like skips 10 degrees at a time, which will be fine when I want to turn into the onto the base probably, but But yeah, fine-tuning, not so much. Okay, let's go for landing gear, which we can put out at sub 154, and we're below 150. So, all right, landing gear. Going in, turning the taxi lights on. Yeah, see these trees over here? It's gonna suck. Gonna really suck. At least there's a little bit of water there to, you know, get rid of some of the trees, but yeah. Yeah, it's gonna really suck. Look at this thing. Look at this thing skipping around. How crazy is that? Alright, let's get back on the downwind course here. Alright, that got us, we could go full flaps if we needed to, but I'm not gonna mess with the flaps yet till we get at least onto the base leg. Alright. It's easy to lose track of this airport. I've actually landed at this airport a few times in Flight Simulator 2020. And with the trees and just the nature of things around here, it's easy to lose track of the runway. Lose track of the airport. So we're going to go ahead and switch back over here. We're going to kill the autopilot and take manual control for the base leg. Oh, I don't want to climb. Alright, pulling the throttle back down again a little bit. I don't want to climb, I don't necessarily want to drop like a rock either. I think I'm going to save all the flaps until we're on final. Alright, where's the runway? There it is. Okay, there's a nice little gap in the trees. That'll be cool. Yep, okay. Turning on the final. Go ahead and go for takeoff and approach flaps. Oh wow, we're a little high. Okay, pulling the throttle back more. And going full flaps. Well, according to the lights, we're not high. Okay, is there anything I forgot? Oh, let's turn off the yaw damper. I actually remembered this time. Crazy. I didn't remember the first time. It's not looking too bad. There's a nice gap in the trees there. It wasn't that way in Simulator 2020. You had to come in and dive bomb over those trees, over these ridiculous, you know, rainforest, 150-foot tall trees. Okay, losing a little too much power. Full on the props and full on the mixture, by the way. Coming in a little hot. Frame rate's going to crap for a second. Okay, killing the throttle. Got a little floaty, a little off center. Yeah, it wasn't as good as my other landing. So I might dig up the clip of that and show it to you guys without the sound, because the sound was all messed up. Now my frame rate's all messed up. Okay, flaps up. Leaning the mixture for taxi. Turning off the landing lights and the strobe lights. Never turn the fuel pump on because you're not supposed to. And as soon as I get off the runway here and get clear of the runway, I'll turn the transponder off. I mean, that wasn't my worst landing or anything, but it wasn't nearly as good as the landing I did here the other day. Okay, clear of the runway. Turning off the transponder. And let's see, nothing else I really need to do other than park it, so let's park it. Maybe I leaned it too much. It seems like it's running rough. Yeah, these are the same couple of tail draggers that were parked here the other day. Let's park on this grease spot over here. See if we can whack this guy in the head with our wingtip. Maybe in the hip. Yeah, a little more. No, shoulder. Yeah. Might be a chick. Or, you know, they, them. Who knows? Alright. Pull the throttle all the way back to idle. Turning on the parking brake. Turning off all the lights except for the beacon light. Turning off the avionics master and the alternator. And killing the mixture. Beacon light off. Main power off. Magneto's off. Door open. We'll get out and do the walking around camera, even though that tends to make me a little sick. So besides the Garmin 530 not working on this, you also can't, do the chocks or do any of the wiggling the ailerons or the elevators or any of that stuff, or in this case, the rudder vaders. Rudder vaders. Yeah, I don't know if I ever really showed how they look when you're turning. I'm sure I did in other videos. I mean, I've done other videos with this, but here, let's go in here. Let's get the follow behind camera. Okay. So yeah, ailerons, nothing special about that. Elevators, that's sort of how elevators normally move. But then rudder, yeah. And so it's really weird when you start doing the elevator and the rudder at the same time. It's some strange looking business there on this tail. Yeah. Fun though. Love this plane. Really like how it looks. Look how it flies too in the simulator. I mean, it's, probably not terribly realistic, but I mean, the stock Bonanza you get with the simulator, the A36 or whatever, is just dreadful, just horrible. So, I'd take the F-33 from Coronado way over the stock Bonanza in the sim, but this one's my favorite just because of how it looks. But yeah, we'll try to fly something that actually works next time. I'm not sure what we'll do. I've been wanting to get another leg of the around the world at the equator in. That's why I was going to get that CJ3, that Citation CJ3, so I'd have, something other than the Learjet 35A to do that, to do legs of the around the world with, that makes sense, some other plane that makes sense. So I don't know, maybe we'll just go ahead and jump in the Learjet and get another leg of that trip in, or maybe something new will come out that I actually have access to, and I'll get it. Who knows? Or I'll come up with another. I was thinking about doing. I did the comparisons between all the Bonanzas that were available to me. I was thinking about doing the comparison between all of the Cessna 182 Skylanes that are available to me, because I think there's 3 of those available to me. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Either way, hopefully we learned something today. I mean, my landing wasn't nearly as good. Oh, yeah. Okay. My previous landing, I will insert video of that right here. See what I mean? That was a great landing. Yeah, I wish this one had been as good, but again, it wasn't my worst. So I started trying to remember what would have been my worst and realized that's depressing. I don't want to do that, so we won't. All right, well, hopefully this was a short one. I'll know when the editing's over, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But between now and then, this is Papa Whiskey Bravo signing off.